If you're pulled over for a DWI in Texas, you will face a critical decision about a blood test. Think refusing ends the matter? Police often get a warrant to take your blood anyway, and it happens fast. Simply saying no comes with its own severe penalty, an automatic and lengthy driver's license suspension. This is all built on a legal idea called implied consent, a rule you agree to just by driving on Texas roads. So what does this mean for you? We will show why these tests are used, their surprising flaws, and the rights you have. You're caught in a bind. Refuse and face penalties, or consent and provide direct evidence. Let's look closer at this choice. Though you've implied consent, constitutional protections remain. To compel a blood draw after a refusal, police need a search warrant signed by a judge. But technology has changed the game. Modern e-warrant systems let officers get a judge's approval from their patrol car in minutes. Once they have that warrant, the draw must follow procedure. The law requires it to be performed by a qualified medical professional in a sanitary location. You might wonder, why not just use a breathalyzer? For prosecutors, blood tests are considered the gold standard of evidence. The first reason is accuracy. They are seen as far more reliable because they directly measure alcohol in the blood, not just the breath. But it's not only about alcohol. What is the other piece of information a blood test gives that a breath test physically cannot? The answer: drugs. A blood test can detect and measure prescription medications, other drugs, or illegal substances that could cause impairment. So, it's an accurate test for alcohol and drugs. Case closed, right? Wrong. The process from your arm to the lab has many potential points of failure. The first vulnerability is the chain of custody. This is the unbroken, documented trail of every person who handled your blood sample. Any gap can void the evidence. Contamination can happen right at the start. If the technician cleans your skin with an alcohol-based swab, it can taint the sample and inflate the reading. The vial itself is another risk. If stored improperly or lacking enough preservative, blood can ferment, creating new alcohol and turning a legal BAT illegal. System-wide problems also affect the outcome. Forensic lab backlogs can mean your sample sits for weeks, increasing the risk of degradation and fermentation. So we have human error and system failures. But what if the source of the error is your own physical condition? First, time is an adversary. A long delay between driving and the blood draw makes the result less reflective of your BAC when you were behind the wheel. Second, your health can fool the test. Conditions like diabetes or GERD or even a keto diet can produce substances that create falsely high alcohol readings. Finally, the lab machines are not perfect. Improper calibration or contamination from a prior sample can corrupt your result. With so many potential weak points, does a high blood alcohol result automatically mean a conviction is certain? Absolutely not. A skilled defense can challenge the test reliability based on any one of the flaws we have just discussed. Recall the warrant? Even if it's perfectly legal, a mistake in the collection, a gap in custody, or a lab error can be grounds to fight the results. The goal of these challenges is to get the blood test suppressed, meaning it's completely excluded. If the judge agrees the evidence is flawed, the jury never sees it. This is why the blood test, so powerful for prosecutors, is also so vulnerable. Yet be aware, you can be convicted if you've lost normal faculties, even if under the limit. The DWI blood test is a formidable instrument for law enforcement. It's precise, detailed, and backed by the weight of the law. However, its power is conditional. It depends on a perfect, unbroken chain of procedures. Any weak link can compromise the state's entire case against you. So what is the one right you possess that provides a check and balance against all of this potential for error? You have the right to request your own independent blood test. This gives you your own sample to analyze, which can confirm or challenge the state's findings. Understanding the Texas DWI blood test is not about finding technicalities. It's about ensuring a scientific process used in court meets the highest possible standards. Knowing the procedure, the potential flaws, and your rights is the single most powerful tool any Texas driver can have. The system's integrity relies on every step: correct sanitation, proper storage, a documented chain of custody, and accurate lab analysis. Stay informed about your rights and stay safe on the road.